This is the tried and tested model. This is what we are going to implement. So that's one model, and the other model is Modi model, the Chombu model of Modi. This is Modi model. So when we ask for our right, when Karnataka says, when our chief minister writes and says, give 18,400 crore rupees of drought relief to Karnataka under National Disaster Relief Fund, which is our right, we are not begging. Modi ji says, take Chombu. When Karnataka says 15th Finance Commission allocated 58,000 crore rupees to Karnataka, give us our money, Modi ji says, take Chombu. When Karnataka says 6,000 crore rupees of Bhadra Dam that were sanctioned in union budget, give it to us, Modi ji says, take Chombu. When Karnataka says for Bangalore peripheral road, 30,000 crore were promised, you have not given even 30 rupees, Mr. Modi, give it to us. Modi ji says, take Chombu. When people ask, where are the 15 lakh rupees in their bank account? He says, no, take Chombu. When young people says 2 crore jobs every year, he says, take Chombu. When farmers says, where is the double income of farmers by 2022? Modi ji says, take Chombu. So we are going to give him a return gift of Kali Chombu. That's the Modi model. And this is the Congress guarantee model. What is Hegde saying? He's still in the BJP. Has Mr. Modi expelled him? He was his minister. I again ask, what is Mr. Arun Govil saying, who is candidate of BJP from Meerut? He is saying, we will change the constitution. What is Jyoti Mirda saying, who is a BJP candidate from Rajasthan? She is saying, we will change the constitution. What is Mr. Lallu Kumar saying, who is BJP candidate from Uttar Pradesh? He is saying, give us votes so that we change the constitution. Has Modi withdrawn their candidature? Actually, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat in the past has said about reservation that they have now gone past a time and they need to be changed. So what I am saying, there is a systematic, sinister, conspiratorial design of the BJP RSS to change and abolish the constitution. Modi ji is seeking votes because they want to change the constitution. That's why they are saying 400 par. That's why they keep saying that. Constitution of India and its people are under attack from a prime minister who's autocratic and dictatorial, who has no faith in Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad enacted constitution. They have no right, they have no faith in the right to vote for every citizen equal and alike. So the constitution and its norms are under attack. Yes, in many facets they have tried to weaken the constitution. For example, Karnataka government case is coming up in Supreme Court tomorrow, for they didn't give us 18,400 crore of drought relief. So we have filed a case. Think of a situation 10 years ago, 20 years ago, where a state government had to knock the doors of the Supreme Court. Tamil Nadu government has gone to the Supreme Court against Government of India. Kerala government has gone to the Supreme Court against Government of India. We are definitely hopeful that this systematic designed attack on cooperative federalism, as also fiscal federalism, which is being done by the Prime Minister Modi, in order to completely annihilate the powers of the states as defined in the constitution, will be defeated, A, by the people through their right to vote, and B, by legally by the states like Supreme Court, by knocking the doors of the Supreme Court. I respect what you say. That's the harsh reality of today's institutions. Election Commission is now appointed, nominated before the Parliament. Earlier, the Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioners were appointed by whom? It used to be a three-way panel. And that panel was independent, for Prime Minister only had one vote. Now Prime Minister and one of his own ministers have the majority. Chief Justice has been removed and Leader of Opposition has No right, because he has only one vote. So, Election Commission has been now weakened beyond recognition. If I was to put it in 3 words, Election Commission has been weakened beyond recognition to an extent where Election Commission only acts against BJP's opposition. They will act against Rahul Gandhi, they will act against Congress party, they will act against other opposition, but they do not dare to act against people who appointed them. Because now Mr. Modi is has given birth to the current set of election commissioners. As a citizen of India, I ask myself a question, sir. I think Government of India spent about 30,000 crore or some such amount. I can subject to correction, sir. I may not orally remember the amount on VVPAT machines. Why did the Supreme Court order VVPAT if EVM were okay? May I ask of the Supreme Court also as a citizen? If EVMs were fine, there was no doubt. Why did you order VVPAT? Why did you order that VVPAT slip has to be seen through a glass? Why did you order that 5% VVPAT slips have to be counted? What is the justification or criteria for counting only 5%? If you did not want VVPAT to be counted, why did you sanction VVPAT? These are questions that Supreme Court must answer for itself. As a citizen, I have a right to ask my Supreme Court, whom I respect, that why were then, if EVMs were okay, why did you order VVPAT? And if they can't be counted, why have you put VVPAT? In the majesty of election process is, if I vote for one candidate, my vote must be counted for that candidate. Simple. That is the majesty of the electoral process. That is the foundation of Constitution of India. There are serious doubts that Prime Minister Modi's party is doing some hanky-panky with VVPATs. It has come to umpteen number of times, it has come to light. So all that we have said, let's count all the slips. What harm will be done? Why is BJP opposing it? Do you do some hanky-panky, Mr. Modi, that you are not permitting them to be counted? Let's count. People's doubt will be cleared. Whoever wins, wins.